Welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about some channel updates. I'm going to be giving you some great information about some upcoming guests, and we're going to be doing a little bit of open forum, just chatting in the comments, and of course, you know, I've always got some fun facts for you, so stick around. Can you believe it? Livestream number 5. Where does the time go? Hey, I just want to say that I am definitely glad that you're here, and I see that we have quite a few people already jumping on the comments and jumping into the stream, so that's funny to say, jumping into the stream. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing really well tonight, and I want to jump right in with some things here. So let's see who's in the house with us tonight. First comment, Margaret, thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I put out the reminder about an hour ago, so I'm glad you were able to jump on. Chess Bay Cruiser, I think I saw you on Instagram or Facebook the other day, so thanks for joining us tonight. Flat Creek is here. Flat Creek Outdoors, that's part of one of my upcoming announcements, so I'm glad that Phil is here from Flat Creek. Duo 4, Patriot, Number one for Virginia. Oh, I see. Great. Chuck Roast. I remember that name last week. That's a funny little profile picture. Is that a piece of Chuck Roast? I guess it is. Our buddy John Ritter. John, I am really glad that you joined us tonight. I was thinking about you earlier, and if you do stick around, you'll find out why. And for those of you who don't know, John was my first live stream guest, and we had a good time about 3 weeks ago. You can always go back and find that live stream and replay it. It's never quite as fun as watching it live because you can't comment live with us, but otherwise it's still pretty fun. And John was a great guest, and I'm glad you're here, John. And who else do we have? We've got people saying hi to each other. That's great. Oh, thank you, John, for letting me know the Facebook live stream is working too. It's always good to know. We have most people joining us from YouTube. I mean, that's really the channel's a YouTube channel, but we're broadcasting to both YouTube and Facebook because we have that technology, so why not take advantage of it? And there are some folks who like to watch from Facebook. In fact, there's Linda. The Barbers are in the house, so that's fun. And I can see that you're joining us from Facebook, so I'm glad to see that. John, did you watch the live stream more than once, the one you were on? You should have, because it was great. All right. And Performance Mustang, talk about your chipper. Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. A little later on, we're going to do kind of the open forum and answer some questions. I want to talk about my Kubota tractor, which is the B2601, and definitely talk about some of the implements. As spring is getting closer, I can't wait to get out there and start using some of those implements, using the tractor. It's really been parked in the tractor shed all winter long because we haven't had enough snow to do any snow plowing, and what else can you do? And it's just muddy and nasty, and so the poor thing's just been sitting there. I've been going out and starting it up and just listening to that diesel all that I can, because at least you get some joy out of that. I did post a video though. Was it last Sunday? I hope that you saw that one, where I talked about the Kubota treadle pedal, and I talked about the John Deere Twin Touch pedal, both for the hydrostatic systems. I had a good time talking about that. I didn't want to make it a one versus the other type of video. I mean, it kind of was, because it talked about the different types of controls, but I didn't want it to come off as this one is the best one and here's why. It really was just about the way they both work, and I happen to have the Kubota, so that's the one I'm most familiar with. But that video was pretty well received, and I'm happy for that. We have almost 5,000 views on that, so somebody's watching it, and I hope you did too. And if you haven't, I hope you'll go check it out. I think it's video number 44, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. What else? DC. Oh, any dad jokes today? Nothing planned, but you never know what'll come up. And D6 is asking if your B2301 would run a chipper like mine. Again, we'll talk about this a little bit later on, but I have to say, I think you might. Well, what's the horsepower of the 2301? The 2601 has 19.5 horsepower at the PTO, and that's at 540 RPM. The chipper that I have, the Woodland Mills WC68, is rated for at least 20 horsepower at the PTO, like 20 to 50, something like that. So the B2601 is right at the limit at 19.5 horsepower. I did talk to Woodland Mills, and they said that that would be just fine. I don't know what the B2301 is at the PTO. So you might be, oh, there you go. Thank you, 17.9 at the PTO. I think you probably would be able to run it. You just wouldn't be able to chip as large of a branch. So all depends on your use. But and M plus J, you got the WC68, just put it together today. Congratulations. You are going to love it. I guarantee that. So before I start to get off track, let me look at my notes. And reminder that, of course, most of you are on YouTube right now, so you know where to find me on YouTube. But did you know that you can also find me on Facebook and on Instagram? They're all, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.com/myclutteredgarage. So all three places, you can find me there. Instagram does not allow for live streaming from another device like we're doing here. So I can only live stream directly to YouTube and Facebook. Instagram, you have to live stream natively from their app. I really don't have a lot of followers on Instagram, so it's just something fun to put things out there. But anyway, you could find me anywhere. Where should we go from here? How many folks are on? Looks like about 29 people. On and off, dropping in and out. That's okay. That's all right. I don't mind. What else? Should we do something fun first? I mean, it's all fun, but there's some notes in there. Yeah, good. You guys are having some conversations. That's great. Let's make some announcements first. I'm going to rearrange my notes here a little bit. As always, I like to ask you, what are your favorite YouTube channels? I ask that not only for my own benefit, but because the fact that this is a live interaction, and there are, at least 30 people now watching with you, and when you make a comment in that live chat area, the other viewers get to see that. So it's great for them to get recommendations for channels that you might like. So put in the comments what some of your favorite YouTube channels are. If you mentioned it before, that's okay. You can mention it again, because there may be somebody watching who didn't watch before. And as you know, we've had, how many guests have I had now? John Ritter. We've had 2 or 3 guests on so far, and I have some other guests that are going to be joining in the upcoming weeks, and you're going to be really excited to hear this news. So also in the comments, if you have an idea for a guest for the live stream, put that in the comments. Maybe start the comment out with hashtag invite. So it would be, hashtag invite. Um, I don't know, Elon Musk. That's the first thing. I don't know why that came to my mind, but anyway, hashtag invite and whoever you think you'd like to see on the channel. And I'll do my best to reach out to those folks and see if they'd like to join us. Obviously, the more people that watch these live streams, if you share the live streams, people like to be on shows that are well watched. I mean, it's worth their time. So think about that for me. Let's go back to the comments, look at some of those. And there's a good channel, Everything Attachments. Some folks are saying, B Hall saying the B23-1 may not have the power. So yeah, let's talk about that in a little bit later on. The Woodyard and Ohio Woodburner. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Woodyard, but I am familiar with the Ohio Woodburner. So that's fun. So yeah, make sure if you're watching tonight, look at the comments that are going by and check out some of those channels because you will enjoy it. In fact, a lot of the people that are posting the comments have channels of their own. For instance, Flat Creek Outdoors just made a comment. A Ritterbit Will Do, which is John Ritter, made a comment. They have channels, and they're great channels. So go check out the channels of the folks that are posting tonight. Hey, Joseph from Illinois. Good to see you. Yeah, Biff's Equipment, Purple Collar Life, Rockkill Farms, Woods Tree Farm, AK Dad Stuff, and Hamiltonville Farm. Excellent, excellent suggestions. Thank you for that. Back to my notes. I wish I had all this on one page. I keep clicking back and forth, but working with what I have. All right, so let's continue talking about live stream guests, and I'm going to tell you who we've got coming up, and I have to look for it. Don't I look so professional as I scroll through and try to find things? But here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Because this is very exciting, and some of these people are actually watching tonight. So here we go. Next Monday night, March 8th, we've got Phil from Woods Tree Farm and Flat Creek Outdoors. You'll notice in the comments, Flat Creek Outdoors is posting comments tonight. That happens to be Phil. Many of you know Phil from Woods Tree Farm. So make sure you come join us next Monday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and have a conversation with Phil. March 15th, I know you're already reading ahead. March 15th, I reached out to Hank from Hamiltonville Farm. I don't know if Gina will join. I hope so, but maybe Hank and maybe Gina from Hamiltonville Farm. That should be a fun evening. So Hamiltonville Farm will be with us on the 15th. March 22nd, Neil from Messick's Equipment. Messick's has a great, great channel, mostly focused on Kubota equipment because they are a Kubota dealer, but top-notch videos. In fact, when I bought my B2601, I think I watched every single Kubota B2601 video that Neil had put out. March 29th, Mike from Ask Tractor Mike. I believe the YouTube channel is Tractor Mike. No, it's AskTractorMike.com, but the channel is Tractor Mike. Let me come back to the screen to see you. There I am. Have you heard of those channels? Let me know. But Ask Tractor Mike is a great channel. What I like about Mike's channel is that he doesn't specialize in any particular brand of tractor. He talks about just tractors and the industry in general. He's a former tractor implement salesperson, and he has a wealth of knowledge about all things tractor, farming, and implement related. So I'm really excited that he agreed to join us. So I hope you'll make notes of all that and come back. So for at least the next 3 Monday nights, I'm going to be here. So I hope you will too. Back to the comments. Yes, Chesapeake Cruiser, great lineup. It is a great lineup, isn't it? I'm really happy that folks have agreed to join. I'm going to scroll back a little bit. You guys don't mind if I pause for just a moment, do you? That's the thing about these live streams. I treat it like it's television or radio, and in those formats, dead airtime is, well, it's death. You can't have more than a few seconds of dead airtime, or someone will change the channel or leave. I feel like these live streams are a little bit different in that we can be a little more laid back, and that you'll understand if I'm not looking at you the whole time and talking the whole time as I continue to talk the whole time. Yes, that is a stacked guest list. It is, right? Great suggestions in here. I saw one. Purple Collar has quite a few suggestions. Check these out. AK Dad Stuff, Rock Hill Farms, Woods Tree Farm, Flat Creek. I don't have to read all those. You can. But they are great. My Cluttered Garage. Thank you for watching that one. I should have some music in the background, right? As I'm thinking. Some thinking music. Make a tough quiz for Hank. With John being the first guest on here, I did have some fun with John. I made a quiz about Minnesota, and he was a good sport and had a good time with it. I don't know why, but John, it was easy to make a quiz about Minnesota. It's hard to make. I don't know. I spent some time coming up with that one, obviously, but I felt like Minnesota is such a different place for me. Living here on the East Coast, and you're up there right next to Canada. You've got tremendous snow. You've got 30 below zero, which is just unimaginable. It's just like a different world. So I was really fascinated to learn more about Minnesota. I don't know why you live there, other than the fact that your ancestors came there, but I think it's pretty fascinating. So thank you for that. What was I just thinking about with Minnesota? I don't know, but anyway, it was fun to make that quiz for you, John. And let's see. Better than the Tonight Show, huh? That's good. I better come up with a good monologue then, right? But I am excited. I think that there's potential here to meet some people. And I haven't nailed this down yet, but I will share with you that I did reach out to Everything Attachments. And we've been in conversations about coming to join the live stream. Probably going to be later, maybe in early spring, April or so. But I reached out to Travis there, and we're trying to come up with someone from Everything Attachments to be on the program. And I think that'll be fun because they have a really great company with a great story about what they're producing in North Carolina. Everything manufactured on site, American made, right there, and it's really really neat. So I'm looking forward to securing that guest for us, for all of us. Your ancestors had no common sense, huh? Come on, John, you're a teacher. You must have some common sense, right? You got that far in life. M plus J is asking me a question. Was that a 1974 Datsun pickup you were driving? Yes, I was. If you saw the other day, maybe it was Saturday, I uploaded a shorts video. And if you're not familiar, YouTube is promoting these little short videos called shorts. Clever, right? And I guess they're trying to compete with TikTok and have these 30-second to 1-minute videos. So the way this works is if you upload a video, it has to be in vertical format. I've always hated vertical video, but this is what it takes, and people are watching on their phones. So in order to qualify for a YouTube Shorts video, it has to be uploaded in a 9:16 vertical format, not 16:9, 9:16 vertical format. It has to be less than 1 minute long, and you have to have in the title #shorts. And I put it in the description as well. So the other day I uploaded a fun little clip of when I was a teenager. I was 17, maybe 18 years old, and we used to take old cars that were given to us, my friend and I, and some friends and we would just play with these cars. We'd get them running, and then we would do demolition derby. We would cut them up. There's a local parade we have, so a few times we entered modified cars in the parade route. We took one car, a front-wheel drive Plymouth Horizon one year, if you remember what they were. We cut it in half right behind the driver's seat, and we put a third wheel back there, so it was a half a car. And we called it the Railroad Crossing Racing Team. And we drove, it actually was self-propelled. It ran, and we drove it through the parade, this half a car. So that was fun. So that's what I did. I uploaded a little video of that. Would you like to see it? Would you like to see that clip? Because I happen to have it right here. Why don't we watch it? Let's watch it together. It's less than a minute. This is not the vertical version. This is the original 4x3 version. So let's bring it up. It's a quick one. This is me when I was a teenager. Do you see the resemblance? What a dorky kid. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff we did when we were kids. Just another day. When I was a kid. Did you like that? You know what's funny is that type of stunt work goes back even beyond being a teenager. And I have some 8mm film of this, but when I was like 10, 12 years old, I had a go-kart with a 5-horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine on it. And I used to run that go-kart around the property, and I used to jump over the driveway in that very spot with the go-kart. So that's really where I started with that. And then as we got the vehicles, I was like, I used to jump my go-kart across there. We started trying it with the cars, and that's what we did. So I hope you enjoyed that. Back to the comments. You know what? I was thinking of this, Phil, the other day. You just said old cars. That truck wasn't that old when you were jumping it. That is so true. Like, that was like 1985, maybe 1986. And that truck was a 1974. You're talking about a 12-year-old truck. So, you know, that would be, help me here, because again, as you've watched my videos in the past, I stink at math. 2021 minus 12 years, I don't know, what's that, like a 2009 truck or something? That's crazy. But you're right. Like, I can't believe how new that truck was. It seemed so old then, but it, you know, and now, like a year 2000 truck would seem so new, and it's already 21 years old. That's weird, right? Am I the only one? No, obviously I'm not the only one who thinks that way. Phil does too, because he's like, it's not that old. Going through. Yes, you want to see the go-kart footage. I have to find that. It's somewhere. I don't remember if we transferred it to VHS or not, but there was like a quick clip, just a quick clip of running the go-kart around and jumping it. But that was fun. Yeah, right? 12-year-old truck is new. I would think so too. In fact, it wasn't that many years ago. I was driving a 1997 pickup truck, and I replaced it in 2017. So that was an old truck. K&H drives a 28-year-old truck every day, right? See that? All right. Back to my notes. Oh, here's a channel update. You might like to know, if you like the channel, I have created a merch store. So now you can go to shopmcg.com and now you can get your very own My Cluttered Garage merchandise. I'll show you a screenshot of that. But if you go there, don't go now unless you have a separate tab open, because we don't want you to leave the live stream. But I've created with the logo some t-shirts, some stickers, some mugs, or a mug, I guess you'd say. So let's go to that. That way you don't have to leave the page. This is what it looks like. When you go to shopmcg.com, it's a link that takes you to a Teespring store. Teespring is a company where you can create this type of merchandise, and Teespring takes care of the orders, the fulfillment. So when you purchase your item from these links, you'll be directed through PayPal or credit card. It's a very safe organization. I've used them for years for other things, and they will fulfill your order, and the channel gets a little percentage of that. So it's not much. I can set the prices on these things, but I tried to price them reasonably, and we make a couple bucks off of something. So it's really just fun to get it out there. I'm not looking at it as an income stream, a big income stream, but just something fun to offer. So after the live stream tonight, check that out. I did create a couple different styles of different things. I've got a t-shirt with a full color logo. I'll probably be wearing that next week if it comes in, because I did order a sample for myself. I set up some t-shirts with just a monochrome logo, one with just white, one with just black. The mug has the full color logo with my, if you notice, I noticed when I was looking back at my videos, I would often say, welcome to the channel. I'm really glad you're here. That's kind of become catchy for me. I guess you'd call it a catchphrase, wouldn't you? So I put that on the mug. Welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad you're here. And I mean that. I really do. I'm really glad you're here. Is that coming through sincerely? Do you feel like I'm glad you're here? Because I am really glad that you're here. Back to the comments. Chuck Roast. Yeah, we probably don't want to know what you did in the 60s, right? Who's your helpers? Drove a 93 until 2007. Replaced it with a 07 that you still drive today. Now that, kudos to you. Very nice. I loved my 1997 Chevy pickup. That, it was, to me, it was the perfect truck, except for the fact that it was not four-wheel drive, but it was beautiful. It had low mileage, had a V6 in it with a 5-speed manual, but it had air conditioning. Otherwise, it was a basic truck. It had rubber floors, it had crank-up windows, it had a cassette player, manual transmission, as I said, and that thing ran beautifully. Somebody T-boned me in 2017, and it was the end of that truck. It was almost the end of me. So, the truck took care of me. It was really bad. I could show you some pictures of that sometime. I mean, just of the truck, not of, none of that stuff. But anyway, got T-boned, and it was the first and only, I would call it a serious automobile accident that I had ever been in, and it is frightening. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a car crash, but I was hit. I would guess that the other driver did not stop at the stop sign at all, even though they said they tried to. It was in a blind spot. They came out of nowhere, and the sound of the crash was the loudest sound I ever heard, and it just, caved in the side of the truck, and my ribs, it was a manual transmission. I broke off the shifter with my ribs. You don't want to hear that whole story, but anyway, if you've survived a car accident, thank goodness. And I had my seatbelt on, which would have changed things dramatically. So wear your seatbelt every day, wherever you go. Thank you, Who's Your Helpers, that you feel loved. I'm glad that is coming through the screen for you. Thank you, M plus J. I'm glad you're here too. I'm guessing now M plus J has a channel. I think you have a B2601 also. I'm almost positive that you have a B2601 also. I'm going to guess that your channel, that you and your spouse, one of you is your name starts with M and the other one starts with J, and I'm guessing you may have a child and their name starts with A, right? M plus J plus A. M plus J equals A. It's just what I'm thinking. Maybe you could make a video explaining the name of your channel sometime. Oh my gosh, yes. Something with heated seats. My wife has a Subaru Crosstrek with heated seats, and I used to think that that was just kind of dumb to have heated seats. Let me tell you what, especially if you're over the age of 50, heated seats are amazing. It's like, I don't really need to be warm, but my back feels so great to have the heated seat on. It's just, it's therapy. That's good stuff. So I don't know about the heated steering wheel. She doesn't have that, but maybe I'd like that too. But boy, those heated seats, it's nice. It's nice. Let's see, vent windows. Yeah, that's funny. I had a 1964 Chevy 4x4, and I remember opening those vent windows on the side. That's right, John. You still drive that old truck. It was featured in one of your recent videos when you could barely get it started because it was 30, 40 below zero. But yep, good job with that. So, well, yeah, heated steering wheel in Minnesota. Yeah, you should have heated everything there. Alrighty. Let me look at my banners here. Let's talk about, what time are we at? 7:30. I want to run this until about 8 o'clock. Each week we've been running about 1 hour. I went over a few times, so like an hour and 12 minutes, which, you know, nobody's keeping track here or keeping score. I know that's fine, but I think an hour is plenty. You know, we're all busy. We've got things to do, and I appreciate that you're giving up an hour of your time to be here to talk with me and the other folks that are watching. So I try to respect your time and keep this to about an hour. Yeah, we talked about the merch store. In case you missed it, you can go to shopmcg.com and check out some of the great My Cluttered Garage merchandise. You will like it. In fact, I have something here I can show you. This is a sample sticker that I ordered, and it does not meet my standards. So I asked for a refund, and then I deleted this from the store. I decided I didn't like it. So there are some stickers out there now that I do like very much. I like the quality of this. It's vinyl. The color looks great. It shows the gradient color on here. It's die cut. So it's good quality. I just didn't like how it was cut around the letters, and didn't like the way it looked. I had since then designed some other ones, so I just deleted it from the store. So this right here is the only one in existence, and I'm probably going to take a pair of scissors and cut out the parts that I don't like and recycle it or reuse it somewhere. But otherwise, they're good quality, and I'm very happy with it. So my plan is to get the 5-inch sticker and stick that on the back of my window of my truck, because that would look cool. So anyway, here's what one of the stickers look like. And again, maybe next week, if it comes in time, I may have a shirt. I may have a coffee mug. Thank you for that commercial break. I want to ask you a little bit about your experience with tractors. I know that the folks watching the channel, there are a lot of new tractor owners. There may be people watching who don't have a tractor right now, who are just interested, and that's great. There are people who are very experienced with tractors, and they let me know when I do something that they don't approve of. But it's okay. Everybody's welcome at the channel. And but for you folks who do have tractors, do you have a compact tractor? What kind of questions do you have about my tractor? I'd be happy to talk to you about my journey in choosing the Kubota B2601. There were questions about my Woodland Mills wood chipper. So, oh yeah, Peterson Farms of Nashville, 8 p.m. is bedtime. Well, good. Then I will try to respect that, and I know you may have to leave before we're all wrapped up, but that's great. So my wood chipper, I want to talk about that a little bit. I have a Woodland Mills WC68 wood chipper, and of course I have videos that feature that wood chipper. One of them in particular goes over the entire wood chipper when I first started using it and what my thoughts were about that wood chipper. I love it. It's I was going to say it's one of my favorite attachments, but I feel like I say that about everything. When I talk about my grapple, which is my all-time favorite attachment, I love my rototiller, one of my favorite. Let's call the ones on the back implements. Is that fair to say? What's the difference between an implement and an attachment? I feel like the grapple is an attachment because it goes in the front of the tractor. I feel like the rototiller is an implement. I don't know what the wood chipper would be. It's kind of an attachment. It's also kind of an implement, but I do like the wood chipper. So the Woodland Mills wood chipper is the WC68 has a hopper opening where the branches go in that's 6 inches by 8 inches. I don't know if it's 6 by 8 or 6 by 8. Anyway, it has a 6 by 8 opening. So technically, they say it could take up to a 6-inch branch, limb, which is insane. That's really big. My tractor could never handle that. In fact, they told me that when I reached out to them early on. They said that tractor would be fine to run the WC68, but just to run smaller limbs. But the beauty is with the 6x8 opening, if I chip up a 3-inch limb, that's a lot. Anything bigger than 3 inches, I'm going to be cutting it up, burning it in the wood pile, whatever. So really nothing larger than 3 inches for me anyway. But even a 2-inch limb is not going to be a perfectly straight limb. You're going to have a 2-inch limb that's going to have an offshoot on one side, or it's going to be a little bit crooked, and the overall size of that 2-inch limb may not fit through a 2-inch hole, but it'll fit through a 6-inch hole. So that's the beauty of the bigger chipper. It's got like a 50-pound flywheel with a lot of momentum behind it, and you take that 2-inch limb and put it in there. If it's all crooked, it'll still fit through there. So that's why I went with the bigger one. They make a WC48. I think it's a 46. That's the one. That's what I'm talking about. It's a WC46, and that has a 4x6 opening. That's more for your subcompact tractors, your BX series, or whatever the equivalent John Deere, Mahindra is for that smaller size tractor. The compact tractors, which mine is among the smallest of the compacts, it's really made for those, for the in the Kubota world, for the B series, the LX, the Ls. Those are the ones really that you'd run with that, probably, and up, from there. So I love that chipper. Let's pause for a moment. I see that Linda posted a definition of an implement: any article used in some activity, especially an instrument, tool, or utensil. Agricultural implements. So this would define a plow, or a harrow, or a disc, for instance, something that is used for a particular activity. An attachment is an additional or supplementary device attached for a tractor. That does not really help me, I'm afraid to say. What would you consider the wood chipper? An implement or an attachment? Well, a harrow or disc. Yeah, I guess an implement is like working the ground. I don't know. Thank you for that. I don't mean to tease you by saying that didn't help me. That's fun, though. So yes, M plus J bought the WC68 to play Submarine 2. That was in my video. You know, it has a hopper and with handles and kind of looks like a periscope, so you can play Submarine with your wood chipper. So the WC68, let me get back to this. It has a hydraulic feed system, which is really neat. It has a drum with like teeth on it, and that draws the branch into the chipper, and that drum rotates, and it's powered by a hydraulic pump, and the pump is powered by your PTO, and there's a belt drive on that. So it's a hydraulic feeding system, and it pulls the branch in. I will say that I've had some difficulty with that feed system. It's about a 6-inch or 8-inch drum, and it has 2 really strong springs on it, so it holds the branch in place as it draws it through. But when you put something like a 3-inch limb in there, it can be really hard to get those teeth to grab it and pull it in. So you're a lot of times fighting it to get it in, or you have to cut the wood on an angle so it goes in. I think that there could be a modification or improvement made there. I think instead of these, they're not really teeth, they're just like lines, and they grab it. But I think it would be better if it had smaller teeth or deeper teeth to grab. So I've struggled with that somewhat, pretty rarely, but I see it as a possible improvement. But that thing chips beautifully. It's got, like I said, a 50-pound flywheel. It's got 4, I think they're carbide cutters. They're double-sided, so if you dull them, you can flip them over. I've used it for, all last summer, and they're just as sharp as ever. So you can flip it over, get another however many hours out of it. I actually have a set of spare cutting blades for it as well, which are double-sided. So I essentially have 4 sets of blades. I think I'm set for life, to be honest with you, with that system. So it's really good stuff, and you will like it. You will like it a lot. It's just fun. It's kind of therapeutic to just sit there and feed limbs into this thing and chip them up. I chip them directly into a little lawn cart with my golf cart, and that way I can just drive away, dump the cart, fill it up again. It's good. Thank you, Linda. Attachment is just attached. Okay. Still, what's the wood chipper? Implement or attachment? Dave from RCAF Polar Express. Yes, implement. Okay. Thank you, Dave. Good to see you from up in Canada. I hope maybe you'll be thawing out soon. Let me go back, because I was talking all that time, and see what some of you folks are saying about tractors and what you have. B Hall, 48-inch Besco. Is that a chipper? Is that what you're talking about there? Up $500. Yeah, I imagine prices have gone up because I think steel has gone up. I know wood is out of control, so I imagine steel is too. There's a channel I watch, Ken's Carpentry. It's Ken's Carpentry with a K in carpentry, and Ken is up in one of the New England states, I believe, of Maine or somewhere up there. But he has the nicest way about him, and he builds garages, and he makes videos showing the process of the garage, and he tells you exactly what that garage costs. And he did a video talking about the price of lumber, where last year a 2x4 was like $2.30, and then this year it's like $5.80. And he prices his material and his projects based on that. But he just does beautiful work and shows you the whole process from pouring the floor to building the garage. And I wish that he was local here, because I think I would hire him to build something if I could, but he's too far away. But what a nice guy. So check out Ken's Carpentry if you get a chance. Ken's Carpentry with a K in carpentry. You'll find it. You'll enjoy it. Charlie just bought an LX3301. Congratulations. With a backhoe, man, you are going to be busy and having fun. That is a nice size piece of equipment, plenty of power. I don't have a backhoe for my B2601. I think I didn't even price it because I knew it was like at least a $6,000 option, and that just was not possible. So, and I didn't think I really would use a backhoe that much, but I know I would. If I had one, I'd find a use for it. I've got areas that are underwater, and I'm like, oh boy, I could put drain tiles in there. I know I'd use it, but it just wasn't in the cards to get one. So I don't have a backhoe attachment, but I have people who I could call on. You know who you are if you're watching. I got people. 7-foot Land Pride rototiller. That is humongous. Mine's a 58 inch, so almost 5 feet, but 7 foot. You must have a heck of a machine to turn that thing. But I love my Land Pride rototiller. I have the RGA because it's forward tine, not reverse. RGR means reverse. RGA means forward. The G is for gear. So I have the 58 inch RGA 58 tiller. Love that thing. It's so well built, and they're also made in America, which is nice to know. Good stuff. I have a video about that. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, my very first upload was my review of the RGA 1258. So go check it out sometime. You'll like it too. BX 1860 for a few years. You know, I am not familiar with the BX series tractors. I learned about the B series, and then there was a B. I have the B01, which is a B2301, 2401, 2601, and then there was a B50 series, the B2650, 3350. They discontinued those to make the LX series. The BX series, I have not really looked at those, so I don't get it. You know, there's a BX 23, BX 25. I know when John Ritter was on, he talked about his BX 23S, 23. I don't know. I don't know those series though, so I don't know what a BX 1860 is. Is it an 18 horse? I don't know, and I don't know the years, but there are a lot of BX series tractors out there. Last week we had Jack from the Mindful Homestead, and he has a BX. I don't know the model. He does a lot of work with that BX tractor, mostly snow blowing this time of year. Third function valve from Purple Collar Life. Yes, I can tell you that the grapple is the most handy attachment on a front end loader. You have to have a third function valve to get that, to make that function, but it just changes your tractor tremendously as far as usefulness. Ask Tractor Mike. That's right. He'll be on in a few weeks. If you didn't catch that earlier, Tractor Mike is going to be a guest on the show in a couple weeks. I think it's the last Monday in March that he agreed to come on and talk with us. So get your tractor questions ready for Tractor Mike because he knows tractors. Moving along here. Chuck Roast has a Honda 5518. Nice. I have no idea what that is. 26 years old. Wow. Getting a BX23S. I think that's what Jack from Mindful Homestead has. Good deal. That's interesting. And the Chest Bay Cruiser. New tractor owner. LX2610, just like GP Outdoors has. GP Outdoors had a B2601 initially, and I discovered his channel when I was searching for a tractor, and it was his channel that actually convinced me that the B2601 was the right tractor for me. So thank you, Gord. Thank you, GP, for that. I have, by the way, reached out to GP, and he may be joining us as a guest sometime in the spring or after spring. So what a great channel, GP Outdoors. He sold the B2601 or traded it in for an LX 2610. He's got the cab, he's got air conditioning, he's got heat. It's just a better setup for him to have, so I'm happy for him for that. But I do miss the B2601 videos. So still a great channel that does a lot of firewood cutting. If you like that type of content, go check out GP Outdoors. So the new tractor, 1 mile gravel road. Yeah, that's like GP also. I think he has a 1 mile road. 6 foot land pride, rear blade, 66-inch box blade. Nice. Pallet forks. You know, pallet forks are on my wish list. They're something that I haven't really thought I would need them too much, but I can see where they're really handy. There are times where I've tried to pick things up with my grapple and it hasn't worked out so well. So pallet forks are great, and they're on my list, on my wish list. Not on my necessarily my list of things to buy, things I want to buy. Maybe I will. There's a question from JHC. Do you guys have a brush crusher grapple that doesn't require a third function? I don't know what that is. Yeah, they're great for picking up limbs and sticks and whatnot, but I'm not familiar with that. So if any of you know about the brush crusher grapple, that's fun to say. You can answer that question. Right. Bob and Kim also bought the B2601 after watching GP Outdoors. 20 degrees, minus 20 Celsius here tonight. That's cold. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's cold, too cold. It's like in the 40s here now, so things are melting. It's been raining terribly. You can probably hear my sump pump going right now, as a matter of fact. Excellent. So, want to talk about something fun? A little sidetrack from Tractor Talk. I mean, we got 40 people here. You guys are hanging in here. You know, I like to make these a little bit entertaining so that, you know, if you happen to be a person who's just watching for the fun of it and you're not really into tractors, you know, we like to throw in a little bit of fun things. So I'm going to do that right now as soon as I find my notes. I thought it would be fun to talk about today being March 1st, and there are some fun things to talk about. Fun according to me. I'm going to move some of these screens around. Shrinking screens, moving things. I should have 2 monitors, but I don't. I just have one. One big 9-year-old Apple iMac 27-inch monitor. 9 years old, though. How about that? Let's hear it for the Apple iMac being 9 years old and still plugging along. Very happy with it. Today is March 1st. Let me start that over again. Today is March 1st, and I want to tell you about some of the things we celebrate on March 1st, because I bet you didn't know this. And the first one on my list from the website nationaldaycalendar.com. March 1st, national holidays. National. Today is National Dadgum That's Good Day. Dadgum That's Good. I never knew how to spell dadgum until today. Like, I always heard people say dadgum. Well, it's actually D-A-D-G-U-M, one word, dadgum. And today is National Dadgum That's Good Day. And there are ways you can celebrate. If you look at the website and click on the link, it gives you ideas how to celebrate these special occasions. Like for National Dadgum Day, they suggest you invite your family over and you enjoy your favorite foods together. And you say, Dadgum, that's good. It's a real day. It's on the calendar. This is nice. Today's National Horse Protection Day. I didn't look up what that means, but I think I know it means protecting our horses. So if you're a horse person, love your horses today because it's National Horse Protection Day. Is John Ritter still with us? I don't know if he is. I can't tell. John, when's the last time you made a comment? A little while ago. Are you there, John? Are you listening? This is on the list. Today is National Minnesota Day. Yes, can you believe it? I wish I would have known that. I would have had John on tonight instead of 3 weeks ago, because it would be just a celebration for Minnesota, for Minnesotans everywhere. Did you know that, John? Did you know that today is National Minnesota Day? Well, it is. I'm not going to go through explaining it, but apparently every state has its national day, and today is National Minnesota Day. So congratulations to anyone in Minnesota. Whoa, I didn't even see this earlier. It's National Pig Day. That would have been great for Jack from the Mindful Homestead, because he raises pigs. National Pig Day, March 1st. Next page, because one website was not enough. This website is called holidaysandobservances.com. I won't keep you long. I don't know if you're getting bored with this or not. Sometimes I worry that you're getting bored, and other times I think you're probably entertained. So, do you like that? Oh, look at John. Yes. Yay. Minnesota Day. I lost it. Where is it? There it is. Sledding with a family. Nice. Well, now you can tell your family. It's probably too late. Your kids are in bed, but they missed National Minnesota Day. Make them something special tomorrow. John, make them a nice breakfast tomorrow morning and see if they say, "Dad, gum, that's good." And you'll say, "No, that was yesterday too." Sorry, kids, you missed them both. If you have a baby, today is National Baby Sleep Day. It's National Beer Day in Iceland. I thought every day was National Beer Day in Iceland, or not national, it's just Beer Day in Iceland. This is fun. Nothing to do with that. I have a separate monitor going. It's actually my phone with the Facebook feed, so I can see myself a few seconds later on Facebook, and there are subtitles coming up. Facebook is actually interpreting what I'm saying and making subtitles. So I hope I'm speaking clearly for the computers at Facebook to be able to create subtitles that match my words. All right, a few more, because some of these I really was excited about sharing with you. But I have to go through the list because there are a lot. I'm not going to go through the list for you. Like, I'm not going to read it to you. I'm just going to go through it. There it is on this one too. National Dadgum That's Good Day. It's National Fruit Compote Day. National Peanut Butter Lovers Day, for those who love peanut butter. I think everybody loves peanut butter except for the people who are allergic to peanuts. But I think even people who are allergic to peanuts would love peanut butter. They just can't have it. I love peanut butter and jelly. Well, if you are married or with a significant spouse, bad news for them. Today is Plan a Solo Vacation Day. So do something by yourself. Sorry, spouse. Sorry, friend. All right, these are nice. And I'm sorry that it's dark outside. It's kind of the end of the day. This would have been good to know earlier, but it's Share a Smile Day. So if you're in a room with someone, I think you should turn to them right now and share a smile. And if they say, "What are you doing?" It's National Share a Smile Day. It's also World Compliment Day. So turn to the person in your room and give them a compliment. We should do this every day, really, but it's nice that March 1st is National Smile Day. It's World Compliment Day. You guys look great, by the way. Did I tell you that? And it is, March 1st is Zero Discrimination Day. What a beautiful day it is to not discriminate, to compliment people, and to share a smile. That's really nice. What do you think of that? Should I stop now? I probably should. I should stop on that note where we had all these nice things to say about March 1st. March 22nd coming up is going to be the first day of spring. I believe it's the 22nd this year. It's also close to my birthday. I'll share it with you that my birthday is March 21st. And so comes spring right at that time. So that's among my favorite times of year. Brielle says, hi, enjoy your evening. Is that for all of us? Nice. Oh, I see. People are saying hi to each other. Very nice. You're all so nice. You know, it's appropriate that we're here on March 1st. All right. Any closing comments before we end this live stream for tonight? Because we are at 8:01. It was a fun night chatting with all of you. We did a little bit of tractor talk. We had some fun. We got out the announcements, and there were over 40 of you joining tonight. Each week we've had in that same range of about 40 people joining. And then after the fact, if you're watching the video after it's been processed and uploaded as a regular video, you know, these get several hundred views, and that's fun. So I do appreciate it. Looking forward to creating some content going forward as spring comes. I really love that you tuned into the channel, that you're following along, and I want to hear from you as much as I can, either in the live chat, in the comments. I forgot again. I need to put this in my notes, but we do have 32 people still watching. Before we go, if you enjoy the live stream, please click that thumbs up button. When you click the thumbs up button, it tells YouTube that the video has some activity. And it's that old computer algorithm thing. But that's what you can do for me, and I really appreciate it. Just click that thumbs up button, and tell a friend. If you have a friend who might enjoy this, you can say, hey, you know, for a good time, come out on Monday nights. We'll keep this going as long as we can. And as the videos come out, make sure you comment in the videos. Keep in touch. Check out the shopmcg.com store. Smile for the rest of the day. Now that you know it's National Share a Smile Day, it's 8 p.m. here on the East Coast. A few more hours of day left. So share a smile, share a compliment, say something nice. All right. Well, folks, this was a fun hour. Make sure you tune in. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss any of the upcoming live streams with the great guests that we have, starting with next week and the next 3 weeks to follow at least. So come back next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and enjoy your evening. I look forward to seeing you next time.